Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Yes. For this evening's invocation, presented by Pineville High School student Ella Clancy. Please remain standing for the presentation of our great nation's colors by the Pineville High JROTC.
And we're back live in Pineville, Louisiana, as your Menard Eagles are set to take on the Pineville Rebels. We're going to have a prayer and the national anthem, and we'll take a quick pause for that, and we'll be back right after these messages. the national anthem, courtesy of Pineville High School's marching band. They did a great job. And, of course, the ROTC group out there with the presentation of the colors and the state flag out on the 10-yard line. Jeffrey doing a nice job of grabbing that video. We are back, and we now have sound. And it's just amazing how many pieces have to fit together in order to get this this whole project off and running, and hopefully we have it and we're set. Yeah, we'll pull that down. That way we don't have any issue with reverb or. So number 20. Let me get my papers out here. Pineville captains number 4, Landon Grimes. Keep an eye on the toss, John. Make sure we know. Number 20 is out there. That is Jaden Clark, a sophomore. And number 4 is Landon Grimes. He's a junior wide receiver. And what number is that, 30 in the middle?
Yeah, it looks like 30. Pineville won the toss and deferred.
Sebastian Millette, that's a name that you're going to need to remember, and we will too. He's a senior running back and leading rusher, and he plays on both sides of the field, as do a lot of Menard's players. So the captains for Menard, number 81 is Drake Aldridge, and it looks like that might be Carter Marcantel. Number 29 is the team captain tonight. Both are seniors. We had the opportunity to be able to visit with Carter in the first coaches show last two Wednesdays ago. We've already done 2 coaches shows, which is truly amazing. You know, we're not going to go to a break right now just because we didn't really have a whole lot of sound leading off. And so, John, let's talk a little bit about what folks are going to see in this ball game, especially on the starting offense we'll do our starting defense for the Menard Eagles.
Well, Menard's going to have the ball first. They're receiving the kickoff.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, let's
yes,
do the
I
offense.
had it right.
So we got left tackle, 63, Gage Ozier. Left guard, 78, Braylon Dusang. Center, 66, Jack Roy. Right guard, Cooper Brown, 77. Right tackle, Hollis Chapman. Number 70, tight end, 82, Hunter Vaughn. You'll see number 13, Aiden Moran at running back. And 29, Carter Marcantel at running back. Wide receiver, number 1, Matt Kurt. Number 2, Cody Lyons, wide receiver. You'll also see number 5, Jordan Rich. And number 8, Mike Henry at QB.
And the kickoff is taking it at about the 22-yard line. And trying to go sideline to sideline is Gavin Hilton. He finally breaks a tackle and cuts it up and gets it to the 32. That's not a bad gain. I thought it was going to be a lot less because you just can't run east and west.
Yeah, no, and Pineville had it covered good. They had the middle of the field, kept their lanes, forced him out to the right side of the field for him, and he was still able to pick up 7-8 yards around the edge. So good hard run by Gavin. Your
Eagles wearing the white jerseys with the green numbers. As you heard, the Velar and Green starting lineups. Let's talk a little bit about the why not stop keys to the game for the offense, John.
Well, I think keys to the game, from last week to this week, don't make the mistakes. Make your blocks and play football like you played in the preseason and execute. And it looks like we're going to have offsides on the defense here.
Offsides on the defensive end over there on the far side of the field. And they took the hard count, and that's going to be an easy 5 yards and still first down for the Eagles from their 37-yard line. This is the way you want to get started, and that's a key to the game for anybody is to not make mistakes. Last night we called the Buckeye game, and there were 4 turnovers in that game, 3 interceptions and a fumble. Here's Aiden Moran, and, boy, that's a beauty of a tackle. Wrapped him up and took him down for no gain. What is that, 79 for the defense? That's Cameron Perry, the junior defensive lineman, 6'1", 254, and he wrapped him up and didn't let him go.
Yeah, I got penetration there. Had 2 guys get penetration through the line there, and we're in the backfield almost at the handoff.
So Coach Perkins looking for his first win on the season. Second down, they actually lost a yard on that one, on that play. So it's going to be 2nd down and 6 from their 36-yard line. Got to get to the 42 for the first down. Henry's in the shotgun, and Aiden Moran's right behind him. Trying to see, is that Cooper Scott? That's a little offsides by number 77, Cooper Brown. He jumped a little early, and It looks like he's kind of in there for Braylon Dusang. No, Dusang's over at left tackle. So Cooper Brown in there. 81, the tight end, Aldridge.
Drake.
Yep.
So definitely some changes from last week's starting lineup.
Most definitely. We do have Cody Lyons in there, too, at wide receiver for the Eagles. Coach Perkins was the quarterback of the Menard Eagles back in 1978.
I was born in 77.
Oh, my gosh. Let's see, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. Yeah, so he was graduated before I started. Here's Aiden Moran, and, it's odd for us, John, and just looking at it from the Menard Eagles standpoint, because we are the broadcast team for the Eagles, you rarely see Aiden Moran go down on the first hit.
No, you're right. And Pineville's made a couple of good tackles right there, good hit right there, and we're able to wrap him up. And you got to remember this field's wet too, Tom. I mean, there's a lot of rain on this field in the past hour and a half, so that field's going to be slick. And I don't think anybody's played on slick fields yet.
Trying to take a look at the different pictures here. Landon's going to try to zero in on some Pineville players because we got to show both of them. Here's a pass over the middle. That's pass interference, and they will get the call as both defenders hit the receiver out there. I think that was Gavin Hilton, number 12. I know Coach David was telling me that they were going to try to get him involved more in the offense, and that he's got some speed, and he had a step on the defenders, and they both hit him.
Mike made a really good throw right there. He had pressure coming off the left side, right in his grill, and got the ball, put the ball on the spot where he needed to, and got the call. Got two defenders and got the early contact, and got the DPI.
So what are we doing here?
Well, it looks like our sticks moved a little early before our officials could mark the penalty off.
Oh yeah, they got to mark it off from the. Actually, the sticks are wrong.
Well, it's not going to matter. We're at the 32.
Because it should be 32 to 42,
penalty.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and it'll be a first down.
Okay. So they'll just walk it off. I think that play actually was from the 31 because we had lost a yard and didn't gain anything, so they had it marked at the 32, so we'll pick up another yard on that one. All the way out to the 47-yard line. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to our broadcast tonight. Tonight on September the 9th, right? Friday. Valex, we want to thank Valex as our title sponsor for the second year in a row. Valex Federal Credit Union. Give them a try. Here's Aiden Moran with the pitch to the outside. Boy, he is nailed. What a nice tackle. And I just do not like the numbers and uniforms of Pineville High. Was that 32 that hit him?
Looks like
Jace
middle linebacker. I can't tell the number. I'm like you with the black jerseys. You can't read those dark numbers.
Especially when they're kind of far away. I mean, the near side corner, number 16, you can look at it, you can read it great. But that middle linebacker, I certainly can't get a feel for his number, but he nailed.
There was a hole, but the middle linebacker filled it. He was unblocked and filled the hole just like he was supposed to.
So that's Aldridge, 81, just off a left tackle. Aiden Moran on the right side. Now in motion is Aldridge, and he sets up. Now going to flare it out. Oh, and the defender batted the ball away as Gage Oser was beat on the play, and the defender batted the ball down on 3rd and 10. Or it will be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, this will bring up 3rd down.
That was a nice play by the Pineville defense. Is that Jalen Forston, the DB? Number 5, it could have been Ty Sanders. I think it was
a defensive lineman that got that.
Was it a lineman?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he did a really nice job of locating that ball. Aldridge goes in motion, 2 wide receivers to the left or the far side. This shot over the middle is overthrown, trying to look at Aldridge, and really had Cody Lyons wide open on the right-hand side. And I think that play was designed to go to Aldridge, and he was going there no matter what.
Yeah, it looked like he threw it behind him a little bit. Drake coming across the middle, and just misread.
So they made it out to their own 47-yard line for a 15-yard gain. And that was really just from the pass interference penalty. Ryan Hicks, number 30 for the Eagles, he's a left-footed kicker, and he punts as well, and he's got to get it off. That was close, but a really nice punt. Let's see if he can hang on to it. He does at the 21-yard line, and the Eagles cover it very nicely, only give up about 6 yards or 7 yards on the return. And we will return ourselves right after these messages.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Cam. There we are. Yeah, and we are back. The Pineville Rebels ran it up the middle, and the defense held strong for the Eagles, stopping them for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10, and they have it marked at the 27-yard line.
And I think that's going to be a key to the game tonight, is to see how this Eagle defensive line handles the Pineville offensive line in this line of scrimmage. We know Pineville's a running team. They're going to try to dominate the run and wear the clock. It's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds.
Yeah, under center. Got a little I formation, but they do have in motion, and they play it nicely and take him down at the 30 for a gain of 3. That was that Aldridge that came off, and Carter Marcantel, he was playing the pitch, and when he saw him commit, he turned up and made the tackle. So nicely played right there by the Eagle defense. Sam Bracata, number 20, in the game as well. Cooper Scott is a middle linebacker with Carter Marcantel, number 29. Cody Lyons on the corner. Gavin Hilton, number 12, as a safety. Number 7 is Jaden Williams, and he steps up to cover the slot. They're going to look to pass. Braylon Dusang's got him and going to take him down at the 15-yard line. They'll mark it at the 16, so sacked by Braylon Dusang. A nice play as he beat his offensive lineman and got to the quarterback. Actually chased him down, John.
That was, yeah. I mean, quarterback was back there trying to find a receiver, and Big Braylon got back there and got his paws on him, and that was all it took.
So 27 down to the 18. That's a -9 yards for their first possession. The Eagles will field this punt. Back to field is Cody Lyons. He's the back. And snap is going to go out of the end zone. It's in the end zone. They got to tackle him for a safety, and they will get him. Oh, what a great tackle by the Eagles as Jaden Williams, just a picture-perfect tackle in the end zone for the safety, and they'll have to kick it off back to Menard as Menard takes a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the mistakes last week that Menard made. Menard not making them tonight, and Pineville makes the first mistake and follows that quarterback sack up with a bad snap to the punter into the end zone. The punter was fortunate. It almost went out of the back of the end zone, but I guess the result would have been the same thing. But, 2 points here.
Yeah, he had to go back and get it for sure because that's a live ball. Would have been a touchdown for the Eagles. The kickoff will be from the 20-yard line, and they'll either punt or kick. But either way, the Eagles are set to get some great field position here.
Yeah, we'll see, see how we get a good kickoff return on this one and get the offense back out there. Offense, had a couple good plays. We let some defensive linemen through for Pineville, and I think they'll settle down and see what we got.
We're going to see what Landon's got over there. He's just focused in on the ball. We'll have to let him know to kind of get some different shots of players and things like that, if you don't mind, Andrew. Andrew and Jeffrey have, really been a big help, and I think as they learn and experience more, you're going to see some good interviews, and they're editing it all on their own. Doing the interviews themselves and learning how to do that. And I thought those were some great questions that Andrew asked. Unfortunately, our sound wasn't there, but we're going to rebroadcast the recording so that it'll be there, and you'll still be able to get your clips. Takes in the kickoff is Gavin Hilton, and he took it at about the 32-yard line and made it out to Pineville territory, and they will mark it at the Pineville 48.
Great field position to start this.
So really nice. That would be 20-yard return for Gavin Hilton. So, again, keys to the game here. Frontline play on, for the Eagles is going to be really important. So far, they really haven't been winning the line of scrimmage, John.
No, they haven't, but they've taken advantage of a mistake, and let's see what they can do. 2
wide receivers to the near side. Aiden Moran now running over his own player and picking up nearly 5 yards. We'll call it 4 out to the 44-yard line. But Aiden runs hard.
He does, and he's, only a sophomore, right, Tom?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sophomore, big kid. Cody Lyons, the far side receiver. Coming near side is, who is that?
Jordan.
Jordan Rich, number 5. Yep, he's the near side. There's Aiden up the middle, getting some push, and they gained a couple of yards. They're going to set up 3rd and short, which is a much better scenario than what we saw with a 3rd and 10 in the last possession.
Yeah, you get yourself 3rd and 4, gives you a lot more options. And we'll go into the mandatory 6-minute water break here and see what Menard dials up when they come back for 3rd and 4.
We'll be back right after these messages.
Make your burger your style with delicious, hand-pressed, never-frozen AAA Angus beef and tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger. Great taste sounds good, doesn't it?
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook.
And we're back at 3rd down and about 4 yards, and they're going to hand it off to Moran, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Ball looks like it landed on the carpet, and Pineville thinks they have it as he was struggling. That's something, and they did. So the first mistake of the game for the Eagles is a fumble by Aiden Moran. He was running hard and had the 1st down, but the turnover at the, 37?
38.
10 yards, but a turnover doesn't do them any good. So the Pineville Rebels will take over at their own 38 with better field position than they had the last time. But, man, that really hurts. Turnovers, one of the keys to the game that we were talking about. You got to hang on to the football, and when it's wet, you certainly have to, hang on extra. Coach Bell talked about that's how they play defense. Is he said, we stand them up. Dusang, it looks like, no, that wasn't. It was, it looks like Cooper Brown maybe with the initial wrap-up, and then they, kind of carried him and flipped him around, and 60 in on that tackle as well. Ben Good. In fact, I think it was. Cooper Brown's not even in there. Ben Good, 34. Asher Davis. Dusang over on the interior defensive line. And that's Aldridge, number 81 on the end. There's a handoff up the middle. Ben Good again.
You got him.
What a great job by Ben. You saw him just kind of, position his legs and just kind of, what am I looking for? The word there, just kind of dug in. And
yeah, he held his lane and filled that hole. And good tackle, good stop.
That's hard to do when you wrap up so high, John. That sometimes you lose the leverage. They always say low man wins, and but that time he had the leg strength to hold that runner back. So here's Pineville on 3rd and about 5, and they're going to try a reverse that didn't materialize, and the Eagles are in there, and boy, they are swarming tonight. There's a flag. May go against Pineville. Unsportsmanlike conduct. and that'll set them back 15 yards, and I believe it's 4th down.
It was. That was a dead ball foul. The play was blown dead, so this should bring up 4th down.
And they'll mark it 15 yards back, so you know Pineville's going to punt, and then we'll wait and see. They had difficulty with the snap on the last punt, so the Eagles better be ready to be able to charge in there and get it if it sails high again. That's when you're playing on a wet field with a wet football, this particular play right here with the deep snapper needs to make sure he's got a solid grip on that football.
Well, we've already seen it twice. We saw the bad snap earlier, and we saw Aiden cough it up earlier on a run, so that ball's wet out there.
We got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Eagles lead it 2-0 on a safety on the last possession of the Eagles as they snapped it over the head of the punter. Eagles getting away from it. Get up and get out of the way, and the Eagles will have great field position at the 46-yard line when we come back.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs.
And we're back live in Pineville, Louisiana. The Eagles on the road, not covering the ball enough. He only had it in one arm, and he fumbles again, and the Rebels take over at the 47, their own 47-yard line.
Well, you got to know that defense is coming after that ball. They talked about it pregame. They're going to be coming after it. And Aiden, when he feels that pressure coming, he's got to get both arms on that ball.
And, we've heard Coach Perkins talk about this before, but he runs straight up and down. And it's one of those things that he's got to learn to kind of get lower, and that way he can kind of cover the ball up a little bit more. Now we're looking from the Pineville camera view right now, and here's the snap. Looks like there's going to be movement on the offense. And let's see. Yep. Illegal motion, going to back them up 5 yards. And I tell you what, Pineville is right now their own worst enemy as the Eagles have turned it over twice. And if they don't make something out of this, that'll be the second time they haven't been able to take advantage of an Eagle turnover. The defense, again, on the hook for the Eagles, and they have played well in the first two possessions. -9 yards on the first possession for the, Pineville, and -6 on the second one, and they're already in a negative territory right now with -5. 1st and 15, handoff is up the middle, and a ball is on the turf.
I think we got this one.
And it looks like, was that
Menard.
60? Number 60, Ben Good. It looks like he may have come up with it. And we have our third turnover of the game. A fumble by the Pineville Rebels. Give it back to the Eagles, and the Eagles will have it at the Rebel 44-yard line.
Coming to a game of attrition, Tom, with the turnovers.
Yeah, definitely. We're on your camera, Jeffrey. Looking good. So the Eagles with 1st and 10 from the Eagle 44. Henry in the shotgun, looking to throw. He's got Gavin Newsom open, and another man open on the sideline. And, man, he could not hang on. And he took a difficult throw, but he had, who was that? Wide open.
Matt Kirk in the middle came open briefly, got behind the linebacker, but he went to the outside. Not sure who the receiver was on the outside out there.
Had an opportunity to spotlight Matt Kirk this week along with Cooper Brown, two good young men. Matt Kirk's only in his second year of playing high school football and really hadn't played that much football at all. He's a basketball player, and that's his favorite sport. They trust Aiden Moran again, give him another chance, and this time the defensive line beats our offensive line. That one Jack Roy pushed back along with a couple other linemen, and they tackle us for a loss.
Yeah, that was almost what you call a jailbreak. There were 3 or 4 defensive linemen in the backfield on that.
So the Eagles now facing a 3rd and 12 from the Pineville 46-yard line. Clock is running with 3:29 to play. The Eagles have a lead. It's 2-0, and that occurred relatively early before the 6-minute mark, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
And in the shotgun, he's looking over the middle, and he's got a man open. Gavin trying to go get it and overthrown. And Gavin had to kind of cut in front of the defender, and I think maybe lost it a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of cut the route off just a hair. And Mike had some air under the ball. It was a pretty thrown ball, but pretty good defensive coverage, too, by the defensive back.
So a loss of 2 yards on that possession. And this is a barn burner in terms of yardage. 25, 32, 30 yards of offense in 4 possessions for the Eagles. And a negative 18. Here's an end-over-end kick. And that could be trouble. He's got to let it go. And Hicks gets a Eagle bounce all the way down to about the 16-yard line. And I think that's where Pineville will take over on their own 16. So the defense has another opportunity to really come up big. They got the turnover. 3 fumbles so far, and a bad snap into the end zone is the reason why we have a 2-0 lead for the Eagles.
And we're still in the first quarter.
3 minutes to play, in fact. Andrew doing a great job every time updating the clock and keeping at least the clock somewhat up to date for you. It's really difficult to do that. We want to thank Sadler's Towing for the rolling scores that we have down at the bottom. You can see Buckeye losing last night 44-12. Andrew and I covered that game. Here's a pass to the sideline, is incomplete as the Rebel quarterback had a lot of people in his face. Trying to think, what number is that? He number 8? McKinsley Tomlinson? No, QB is Jalen Whitty, number 10.
Jalen Whitty, 10.
Yeah, he's a senior, 6'2". A couple of notes that we took. Number 2, Jacob Miranda, defensive player, defensive leader in the clubhouse for the Pineville Rebels. We'll talk a little bit more. Boy, great job by the defensive line. Talk about low man win. They crowded the line right there. It's almost as if they knew what gap they were going to.
Yeah, that was a really good play by big Braylon Dusain right there, number 78.
Number 3, Jalen Forston, a senior running back. He will hear his name called a lot. You guys will on this broadcast. Landon Grimes, number 4, shares touches with Forston. And, of course, Jalen Whitty, a good arm, runs the ball well, not afraid to take a hit. But he's got a great arm, but they're still trying to work it out with their receiving core. And, of course, Sebastian Millette, number 30, is kind of their leading rusher. Here's a run up the middle, and the Menard Eagles do a great job of stuffing that shy of the 20 as this possession started on the 16 and they're at the 19. So only 3 yards of offense. The first positive offensive stat that Pineville has been able to get in their 4 series. And now you have the opportunity. They really got to focus in on the punting.
Well, then Eagles have a great chance here to have great field position again to start this next series. I mean, you got Gavin Hilton standing back here at the 50-yard line ready to receive this punt.
So the snap is good. He's got it. The punt is low. Not sure Gavin will be able to do anything as it's rolling out of bounds, and will go out of bounds at about the 47. And they'll mark it at the 48-yard line of Menard, and that's where the Eagles will take over. I tell you what, we'll take a quick break and be right back.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance.
We'll go back to the Hawk commercial, Talk to the Hawk, and we'll let him talk. Oh, my gosh, the blown up play there as the pitch. Michael Henry pitched it to Aiden Moran, and the defender just not even touched.
Yeah, he was on block. Defensive end out there just stepped in and made the play.
You know, it's of course, I'm not a quarterback and I'm not out there, but it's not really a read play. I mean, that pitch is happening no matter what.
Correct. Yeah, that wasn't any kind of a read option or nothing.
So the Eagles find themselves in the hole on second down. They need a pretty decent play here to set themselves up for a third down play that is doable. And they're going to do the reverse and bring around, and he is nailed as he kind of comes to a stop and hesitates, and more extra activity over there. Of course, that was Jaden Williams on the run, actually able to pick up some positive yards and is back at the line of scrimmage. So got back what was lost on the first down and got 3rd and 10 from the Eagle 48-yard line. Matt Kirk coming in with the play. Drake Aldridge will come out. Eagles have 9 seconds on the game clock, 12 on the play clock. So more than likely, I guess they're going to go ahead and run this, and they will to get the playoff. You got to get rid of it. It's a screen pass caught by Matt Kirk. You got holding that's going to take place, and Matt Kirk breaking tackles has the first down. Unfortunately, it looks like that's the spot for a hold where the flag came out.
I don't think they're going to get him for a hold. I think what they're going to get it for is beyond the line of scrimmage.
For the lineman.
Yeah, you know, it was definitely a design screen, but it was received about 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and of course, you had 4 or 5 of your linemen downfield beyond the running back.
Yeah.
You know, and I can tell you, as an ex-official, you give a little bit of grace on a play like that when you have a screen. Unfortunately, you know, when it's 5 yards, that's hard to do.
Yeah, you can give up one. You know, give them 1 or 2, maybe possibly 3 yards too, huh, John? But you know, they had it set up perfectly, but it was also looked perfect because they were 5 yards downfield.
Yeah, you know. And
so we will take a break because that takes us to the end of the quarter, and the Eagles lead it 2-0. After 1, we'll be back with the third down play. Oh, no, you know what? Because it's the penalty, they're going to give them 1 play, right?
That's correct.
One on-time play
down. That's correct. Ken in the quarter on a penalty.
We'll hold it here. And if Landon, if you can hear us, we're going to get a shot of the Pineville crowd when we come back from the commercial break. So get your camera ready. So Henry in the shotgun, Aiden Moran with him, Jaden Williams in motion. They give it to him. He's got a hole.
If he can get a block.
Get around the edge. If he can break another tackle. He made it all the way down to about the 47-yard line. Coach Perkins has a decision to make, and I think I know what he'll do, but we'll see when we come back right after these messages.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
And we're back live as we get set for the second quarter. It is 2-0 Eagles over the Pineville Rebels. And again, you probably already know it since you've been tuned in on either the Pineville side or the Eagle side. We are the only broadcast tonight filling in. Oh, what a punt. That is going to hit behind the deep back and landed about the 4 and go into the end zone. But, boy, Ryan Hicks got a hold of that one, didn't he?
He did. That was talk about a weapon to flip the field. And it looks like Coach Perkins, you know, on that fourth down decision is going to play the field position game and, you know, get Pineville starting at their 20 again.
So I think that was about the 48-yard line, wasn't it? 48 or 47. So we got about 4 yards of offense on that. So we'll go to the 5th. As we check out, that was the camera that Landon's running over there. We'll come back to Jeffrey and let Landon get another shot. trying to keep up with everything going here. We got 1st and 10 from the Pineville 20-yard line, and the Eagle defense is set up to block, take away that middle. Boy, they let him get the edge. That's Gavin Hilton, number 12, showing his speed to get out there and take him down for a 5-yard loss. I was worried about losing the edge over there, John.
Well, you know, we had Jaden Williams come up and make a stop, slow him down in the backfield just enough for us to get back out on the outside. You saw Pineville coming out, a little bit of misdirection there, trying to change things up on what the Eagles are facing.
2-0 the score here as the Eagles are trying to win 2 in a row against the Pineville Rebels. And the Rebels, of course, have revenge on their minds to make up for the loss over at Menard last year. Remember, a big play there was a Harrison interception, and they're looking to pass and nowhere to go with it. And, boy, the Eagles were set up, and they're going to lose another 5 yards as we've got a lot of action. Maddox Shelton, number 4, going at it with number 33 on the offense, Eric Frazier. But the defense doing a great job. Boy, Coach Scully and the defensive coordinator dialing up a great game so far, John.
I'll tell you what, they're playing with good execution, really playing solid ball.
You know, they knew, and Pineville, they tell you they're a running game. I mean, they got to have a running game in order to be successful. And the defense has said, we're going to clog up the middle. You're going to have to beat us on the outside. Looking to pass, they got penetration. The throw he was out of bounds. I'm not sure. I mean, they're going to say it was complete, but I thought his foot was out.
Well, the good news is he's still about 9 yards short of that first down.
And it'll be 4th and 9, and they'll have to punt from their own 21. So a gain of 1 yard overall.
You know, they ran a couple of receivers out there on the right side. We really only had one defensive back out there, and so he was sitting on the sideline wide open. So it was good pursuit by the defensive backs to corral him as soon as he caught that ball.
Good eye by the side judge, because from up here, of course, we can't see everything, but his foot was right there. But the side judge, line judge, was all over it. There's a line drive punt. Gavin Hilton picked it up at about the 47 and carries it back to the Menard 49, and that's where the Eagles will have the ball. Great field position again. And, John, 9:29 to play. We only lead it 2-0, and we've had some of the best field position we've had this season. Granted, only one game, but we're not doing anything with it.
Yeah, we got to get the offense executing a little bit better, get it executing like that defense is, and, take advantage of this field position because we've had the field position all night long.
And hats off to the Pineville D. Man, have they come up strong. They're playing a great game on the line. You know, the two lines kind of dominating the line of scrimmage, the defensive lines, that is. So the handoff to Aiden Moran. He breaks a tackle, able to get into the edge. But the ball's on the ground again. And for the 3rd fumble in a row, he's just standing straight up. 3rd fumble on the night for Aiden Moran, and the ball is recovered by the Pineville Rebels at the Pineville 39-yard line.
Yeah, turnovers can be killers, and you can see it right here. It's almost like it's flipping this field position too. Now, Pineville's got the ball almost at midfield, starting a series.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to learn to get a little bit lower and really wrap the ball up, because all they're doing is standing him up, and then everybody's ripping at the ball, and he's only got one arm on it. So up the middle, they're going to pick up about 3 yards on that, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but not tonight after the rain we had. Field's in great shape. I have to give kudos to the coaching staff and the folks here at Pineville for how nice the field looks. And they've done a great job with the press box, too.
It's definitely a lot nicer in here than it was 30 years ago. I can tell you that.
2nd down, and we'll call it 7 from the Pineville 42-yard line. And the Eagles take the snap, but played well by Cody Lyons, and the rest of the Eagles are right there. They're trying to rip the ball away as well. They stood him up. They're going to give him a yard. I think that's generous. But
bring up 4th and 6.
Third, huh?
Or third.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That's all right. Ball's at the 43. They got to get out to the 48-yard line. So 5 yards, third and 5 for the Rebels. 8:05 to play in the first half and counting. 2-0 the Eagles off of a safety from the first possession of Pineville. And we got our first timeout. Oh, it's a water timeout, I believe,
Timeout Pineville. Timeout Pineville.
Pineville takes their first timeout, and we'll take one too. Let's take a break and come up. There you go.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today.
And we're back live here with the 3rd and 5. He's rolling out, and the pass is deep, and it's going to be picked off at the 40-yard line, Menard's 40. So a great job there to save, because a punt could have gone a lot deeper. So Menard gets another turnover on the INT. That's the second turnover for the Rebels as they made it out to the 47. And Menard will take over at their own 40. They'll call it the 42-yard line. So they gained 6 yards. 2-0, 7:49 to play in the half. Eagles lead it 2-0, and they're coming up for their 7th possession on the night from their own 42-yard line. Moran is still back there. They're saying, come on, we got faith in you, and they give it to him. Or is that Cooper Scott? Let's see. Yep, it's Cooper Scott. So they made the change, and Cooper Scott, you can see how he's upright, but he had both arms over the ball, and he gets it out to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 4.
And, you know, it's okay to run the ball with one arm, but when you're about to get hit and you feel that pressure, that's when you've got to cover it up, especially on a field like this. That ball's going to be wet all night long with that field being wet.
Well, and most of the runs that he's fumbled have been, you know, right up off the A gap, you know, coming right into the line. And as soon as he starts to get into traffic, you got to cover that ball up. I'm sure they're having that conversation. Cooper Scott back there with Henry, and they fake it. He's got Kirk wide open. Kirk nailed. Perfect tackle by Jacob Miranda, the junior. 5'11", 178 for the Rebels, and Matt Kirk had it, but boy, he got hammered and could not hang on. Would have been a huge play for the Eagles, and he's feeling it. You can see him over there with his hands on his knees as he's trying to catch his breath.
Yeah, he may be a little shaken up on that, and they're going to pull him out.
But that was open. That middle has been open pretty much all night. Henry finally seeing it and throwing it over the middle. Cody Lyons going out to the far side of the field is Jordan Rich to the near side. Gavin Hilton in motion. They're going to give it to Gavin. He's got a wall, cuts it up, first down, going to the outside, taken down at the Pineville 40, just shy of the 44. Big first down for the Eagles.
Yeah, brought Gavin around the edge, got the edge, and used that speed he has, and
had a little wall out there too, John. Had
he did.
2 blockers out in front of him. That was a nicely designed play. This is Jaden Williams and Jordan Rich on the near side. Cody Lyons up on the far side, I believe. And they hand it off to Cooper Scott. And he's got some positive yards. He's falling forward and dragging the pile with him with those legs all the way out to the 40. That was a 4-yard, hard-fought 4 yards by Cooper Scott. he's got some fresh legs, John. We hadn't seen him run the ball much this, even though it is the second game.
Yeah, really this is the first series we've seen him on in this game.
At halftime, we could open that window, and it might help with the fog that we're getting.
Need a windshield wiper out there.
It's not, that window's not fogged up, is it?
No. Looks like we're at the 6-minute water break.
Water break. Eagles lead at 2-0, and they are driving, and we'll be back right after these messages.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons.
And we're back live. 6 minutes to go in the half. The handoff coming to near side. That was number 7, that Jaden Williams, and that was read perfectly by the defense. Number 21, that is LaMarcus Thurs, the junior linebacker for the Rebels, and they lost about 4 yards, setting up 3rd and 9. See if we can't go back to that pass across the middle. The middle's been open. You're just going to have to get the ball quickly to him so he can get, hang on to it, because they're searching him out for a big hit. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Matt Kirk back in the game as a tight end. They fake the handoff over the middle, Kirk, and they're going to throw it deep to the right side, right hash mark. They're trying to get Jaden Williams. Kirk was open, though. Over the middle, Henry just didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, it was good defensive coverage on the receiver over the top over there, and ball was thrown a little bit deep on that route.
Gavin Hilton coming into the game. Cooper Scott taking a little breather. It looks like he may have been in the blocking game.
We had a hold on that play. Pomel's going to decline it and bring up 4th down.
4th and 9, and they send up Hicks. I wonder if they'll put the offense back out there since they declined it.
No, it's – yeah, they declined it, so it's bringing up 4th down. So we're going to have to
I didn't know if we'd bring the offense out and maybe try to go for it. The defense is playing well, but again, Ryan Hicks did a great job with the last punt. It just went into the end zone, but boy, he nailed it. He's got to scoop it up. He picks it up. He got it off, and another good kick as a ball. It hit down at the 3-yard line and goes into the end zone. And man, he was lucky to just get that one off.
Yeah, Ryan really did a good play. Had the snap was down in the dirt. He grabbed it, had a lot of pressure coming. Not only got the kickoff in time, but, put it down, had a chance to get one inside the 5-yard line. But again, another touchback and playing the field position here.
Menard, 11 yards of offense on that one before the punt. And the Rebels will take over at their own 20. 2-0 your score with 5:07 to play in the first half. Pineville first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Have not really been able to get anything going. This is their 7th drive. The first 3 were negative yards, and they finally got some positive yardage, but not much on the next 3. Up the middle, they finally get a nice run. Got a lot of chippiness going on, especially with the receivers, running backs, and the defensive backs. But that one's going to pick up about 6 yards and set up 3rd and 4. 4:48 and counting in the first half. 2-0 Menard over the Rebels. Thank you to Wallace Eye Center for sponsoring our scoreboard. We'll have to get an update to Chuck. And here's the handoff. The ball's on the turf, and the Eagles have it.
So they got it.
So another turnover by Pineville, as I don't believe the snap was handled well by the quarterback. So a little little issue between the center and the quarterback, and they will turn it over at the Pineville 25-yard line.
And, that brings us up all even on turnovers now. Pineville's had 2 fumbles and an interception, and Menard has had 3 fumbles.
No yards total on that. Let's try to put this over here, Chuck. 2-zip Menard. We got to give some updates in order to have the Sadler's Towing ticker at the bottom scrolling over. Tiger Indians 28, Brobridge Tigers 14, and Cooper Scott nailed for no gain at the 25-yard line.
Tried to run that up inside, and it was filled, and tried to get it outside, and lost his footing, and the defender was right there.
No score in the Ash St. Thomas More game. Of course, if you watched it all last night, if you got a notification on YouTube or Facebook that we were live, Andrew Beeman and I were on the call for Buckeye, filling in for Scott Mills and his wife Kim. 44-12, the Panthers lost last night. Rebels and Eagles, see that? And a handoff to Cooper Scott. He's dancing around. He's finally coming to the near side, down to the 20, and looks like it's going to be a hold.
Going to get Gavin Hilton on a hold out here on the left edge. It wasn't much, but he got his hands up there just briefly right in front of the official's face.
Boy, give Cooper Scott a lot of credit as he was blocked off. The run was designed to go to the right side, and there was nothing there. He came back to the left, which is the near side of the field. Eagles running, moving right to left, and he picked his way. Probably would have had about 8 to 9 yards. So would that be a spot foul? And
yeah, that's a spot because it was beyond the line of scrimmage. So the new rule changed this year with offensive holding. If it's beyond the line of scrimmage, it's a spot foul like it was last year. If it's behind the line of scrimmage, they'll go back to the line of scrimmage and enforce that penalty.
John, you'd be proud of me. I remembered that in last night's game, and I said, John told me about this this rule change that the offense isn't getting penalized anymore if it's behind the line of scrimmage. So Henry looking to pass. He's trying to throw it, but he did a nice job of faking. Boy, is that a perfect tackle by the defense. Wrapped him up right at the hip and took him down. He picked up just 1.5, maybe 2 yards at best, and you got a 3rd and 14 now. He sold that. It was a quarterback draw all the way. And the defensive, the linebacker was all over that one.
Yeah, I think everybody bought it except that one middle linebacker.
And I guess that was his job, keep an eye on Henry. You got Gavin Hilton and Jordan Rich to the far side. Not sure who that is on the near side of the field, but Matt Kirk is in the game. See if they throw it over the middle to him. They got it outside. Don't come this way. Just turn up and go north and south.
Yeah, you got to get running north and south on this field. Remember, it's a wet field. It's not dry like you played the last 3-4 weeks. It's wet out there, and you're just going to have to get moving north and south and get the yardage when you can.
That was Cutter Knowles, number 10 on the near side. He's got some speed. We saw him make some big plays last year for the Eagles as a freshman. He's just a sophomore. Eagles looking like they're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They got to get to the 15-yard line, and they're at the 22. They may just take a timeout here as they make a decision. They got 7 seconds on the play clock. Going to have 2:13, probably under 2:10 to play as the Eagles will take a timeout. It's 2-0. We'll see what they do when we come back. And we're back live for fourth down, 4th and 7 Eagles. Henry in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. They fake the handoff, got him over the middle, and that ball is overthrown, came out hot as he was trying to find Gavin Hilton. We've seen that out of Henry some this year, throwing it a little high. And so the Eagles will turn it over on downs as they get it all the way down to the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards of offense.
Offensive yardage has been hard to come by tonight for both of these teams.
That's right. So Pineville will take over with 2:05 to play in the first half. 2-0, the Eagles lead it from that safety that they got on the Rebels' first possession when they snapped it over the punter's head into the end zone. So the defense for Eagles playing really well tonight, and they have been clogging up the middle, and there is another nice stop as Braylon Dusang dives over a couple of players, his own and some Rebels, to wrap up and take him down for a short 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, good play by the interior defensive line right there. And you know you're going to get tested tonight when you play this Pineville running game.
So coming up in just under 2 minutes, under a minute and a half, we'll have our halftime, and we'll tell you a little bit about that after this play. 2nd down and 8 in motion. They give it to the back, and he is stuffed at about the 26, makes it out to about the 27-yard line. That's a pickup of 3, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 5 for the Rebels. They got to get out to about the 32-yard line. It's sitting at the 27 and a half maybe. But our interns, Andrew Beeman and Jeffrey Owens, will take over at halftime for the first part of it. And after we go to the break, and they'll bring you the halftime festivities with the band and dance lines, and then they have their special interview that they did with the Menard Drum Corps. Here's the 3rd down play, a rollout. Oh, they faked it. Defense held tough. He's going to stop him just shy at the 31-yard line. Carter Marcantel doing a great job of holding his ground and wrapping up.
Yeah, a little bit of trickery by Pineville right there with that handoff, and Carter stayed home and got his arm out there and got him held short right now, and we're going to see what Coach Bell does here on 4th and 1 from his own 31.
Surprised David's not calling a timeout to conserve time. Maybe they just want to go in with a 2-point lead.
You know, either offensive team, I don't know if you're offense, if you really want the ball right here. I mean, it's been hard to come by for the offense.
I was just thinking about the possibility of, them snapping it over the head, and then you got the ball down there with some time on the clock. Maybe Gavin gets a run.
Yeah. Well, Coach Bell takes a timeout right here, and he's going to think about it and see what he wants to do, because that bad snap on that punt's got to be going through his head right now too.
We're going to be back right after these messages.
Make your burger your style with delicious, hand-pressed, never-frozen AAA Angus beef and tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger. Great taste sounds good, doesn't it?
And welcome back. We are live. Quarterback going up under center, and they got the defensive backs way back, and they're going to hand it off, and he fakes the handoff. The quarterback still has it, and they're going to stop him shy, but that's going to be the end of the first half. We do have a penalty.
Yeah, you're going to have a face mask thrown by the line judge down here.
Drake Aldridge. The defense, they're not going to run off the field yet. We may have one play, untimed play. Personal foul face mask, going to give Pineville 15 yards.
So this, they're going to get one shot from about their 45-yard line here at the end of half. And Menard's, got to make sure you keep them out on this last play of the half.
Yeah, we have 0 seconds on the clock. Menard leads it 2-0, and they're just going to decline it. And they're going to go on into the halftime, and we'll be back right after these messages. When we come back, you're going to see the interns, and they're going to take over, but they're going to throw it to the maybe do their thing first if they got to set up. Nope, we're going to show the halftime Lady Eaglettes when we come back. We'll be back right after these messages.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
We would like to welcome our visitors from Holy Savior Menard High School. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention to midfield. Please welcome the Menard Golden Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, your host and Menard Golden Eagles. Thank you, ladies. Great job.
Halftime brought to you by the Wilder Group, your friends in real estate, at 3516 Parliament Court, Alexandria, Louisiana. The Russ Wilder broker is 318-625-7475, and the retailer cell, Tom Boucher, is 318-792-6755.
Yeah, so if you looking to sell your home or want to buy a home, give the Wilder Group, your friends in real estate, a call. Rusty Wilder, the broker, Tom Boucher, me, a realtor, will be happy to help you in that endeavor to be able to sell your house or to help you find a house. That's what we do. We want to help you. Well, now we'll go back to the field for the Pineville Rebels.
After this performance, we'll be back after these messages with the spotlight on the Menard Drum Corps. That was the Pineville Marching Band and Flag Twirlers. We'll be back to you right after these messages.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Make your burger your style with delicious, hand-pressed, never-frozen AAA Angus beef and tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger. Great taste sounds good, doesn't it?
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
All right, we are back. It is halftime. I'm Andrew Beeman, and
I'm Jeffrey Owens.
And we have a little video for you guys. Jeffrey got to interview the drum corps around 2 weeks ago for the coaches show. So talk a little about that, I guess.
Yeah, they were extremely gracious. They were cooperative. After we had some malfunctions Wednesday at the coaches show, they were willing to let me interview them again and record them, do some cadences at the game that Thursday. So I had no problems with them, and they were just great people, and they cared about getting a video out about them, and they were very gracious with their information. So I really loved to interview them.
All right, well, we'll kick to the little interview right now.
I have Aubrey here with me. So Aubrey, how has the drum line been crucial to your high school experience?
It's really helped me find and meet a ton of new people and friends, and it's really helped me get out there just socially and have fun.
And how has Menard helped you academically and helped you grow spiritually?
Menard is definitely helped me grow spiritually the most because it's very centered towards God, and it's definitely helped me grow academically as well. The teachers are amazing there.
All right, and that was Aubrey. I think she's the captain of the drum corps.
I think she was actually the standing captain Wednesday night, but I wanted to re-interview her Thursday because I initiated her originally. It only felt fair for me to interview her again.
Yeah, well, that's sort of a little snapshot of what we'll be doing for Menard, highlighting certain groups, certain clubs, and sporting events. Right now, next week at the coaches show, we'll be interviewing the MAC team, the Menard Apostles for Christ, and here's a few rundown of the things that we're going to interview. We got cheer, dance line, cross country and swim. We got a soccer team. So stay tuned for that at halftime show during these Menard games. You can see a bunch of cool little groups and things that you may never see at Menard. So that's pretty much it, right? I mean, that's pretty much our halftime little thing right now. We may expand in the future, start talking about different things, but Tom and John will be with you after these messages talking about the halftime stats and all that. So we'll be back to you about 3 minutes after these messages.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
And we're back live here in Pineville, Louisiana. Your Menard Eagles have traveled across the Red River to take on the Pineville Rebels. Look, the window's clearing up, John. It is 2-0 Eagles, and that score happened in
what inning was that, Tom?
Yeah, what inning? It was in the first inning, actually, the top half of the first inning, as Pineville had their first possession. They started at the 28 and were pushed back 9 yards, and the bad snap went into the end zone. The kicker was able to get it and was tackled in the end zone for the safety, and that's what we've had pretty much after that. So the Eagles, this is the offense that they've had in the first quarter: 15, 10, 7, -2, and 4. So that is 25, 32, 36, 34 yards of offense in the first quarter. They had 3 possessions in the second quarter, 5, 11, and 3 yards. So that's 19 yards. So a total of 53 yards of offense. Pineville, -9, -6, -3, +3, then 1 yard, then 6, then none, and 4. So that I'd have to tell you that this is a pitcher's game tonight.
Yeah, it's a game of the conditions. We had a heavy rain early. Ball's wet, field's wet. We've had a total of 6 turnovers. Pineville threw 1 interception and has 2 fumbles. Menard has 3 fumbles on the night. And that has been the storyline, the lack of offensive production and the turnovers. Now, I will tell you this, Menard was fortunate this first half because we had field position pretty much throughout the first half of the game.
Yeah, we did. They were fortunate for that, but then not able to take advantage of it because of the 3 turnovers. Aiden Moran fumbling the ball 3 times, running the ball hard, but certainly has to grip that football with both hands. We saw Cooper Scott come in and actually do that as he started to run the ball in the second quarter. I'm sure they're not going to run away from Aiden. They're going to give him some more another chance. The skies are clearing up And the field looks great. Looks a lot better now with the fog gone off of it, the dew that was on it on the outside. But we've got about 2:19 left before we get going here in the second half. And we're actually simulcasting. So we're flipping between cameras. And as you can tell, Landon Anderson, who works for the Pineville team, has been focusing on the Pineville sidelines and Pineville players. And Jeffrey Owens, our intern, has been focusing on Menard. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and we'll be back with the start of the second half right after these messages.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
And we're back live in Pineville, Louisiana. Menard getting ready to kick off, and they'll have to switch sides as the officials realize that the teams had set up incorrectly. Pineville, I thought Pineville had deferred to the second. Well, they did.
They're going to receive,
yep.
And Menard gets the choice, and typically your kicking team in the second half is going to take that clock in the fourth quarter. So that's why they brought Menard to the other side to kick with the clock to their back. So they'll have it in the fourth quarter.
So you were talking about the turnovers, 3 fumbles for the Eagles. Unfortunately, it did not cost them anything. And I guess in reality, the 3 turnovers for the Rebels didn't cost them anything either, because the only scores that occurred were the bad snap into the end zone. And that's how we have our 2-0 score as we get ready to see Ryan Hicks kick off. Let's switch back over to the game footage. And Ryan Hicks set to kick off from the Eagle 40-yard line. See if he can put it into the end zone, and that will make it into the end zone. That is a nice kick, and that's something that they'd like Ryan to do every time if they can, knock it into the end zone and make Pineville start at their own 20-yard line for the first drive. That's a weapon, John, if you can put it in the end zone. We saw that last night with that Payne Williams St. Mary's kicker.
And we'll see him next week.
We will see him next week.
Him in the Bishop's Bowl.
That is that's going to be a heck of a contest for the Eagles and their defense to deal with the St. Mary's Tigers. Ryan Hicks has a leg himself, but with the grass being wet, I wouldn't be surprised that if the Eagles stall out somewhere between the 20 and 30, we're not seeing him give it a go. So here are the Rebels. The handoff straight up the middle, and the Eagles, that's Cooper Scott standing him up, and the rest of the Eagles coming in to try to take him down. That was Sam Bricado getting in on the tackle as well. That'll be a gain of about 3 yards, make it 4 up to the 24-yard line, setting up second down and 6. Eagles lead the Rebels 2-0, and they're trying to win back-to-back years against the Rebels. Rebels are a 5A ball club, and the Eagles are 2A, so it'd be a lot of points for the Eagles to have a win against a 5A school when you talk about playoffs. Here's the roll out by the quarterback. You got to step up and get him as he's trying to pass, and nice job by the Eagles to stretch him out and not let him gain too many yards, maybe 1.
Yeah, you had T. Sam Bricado dropping back in a little bit of coverage, had the quarterback rolling out his direction, and was able to utilize the sideline to his advantage and force him out of bounds and basically kept him to a 2-yard gain on that.
Yeah, setting up a 3rd and 4 from their own 26-yard line. So a key play here for the Eagles to try to hold them and set up the punt. And you'll hear us periodically, talking to our interns because we don't have a great communication opportunity to be able to do it quietly. So we just say it so y'all get to hear what's going on. Here's the pass, dropping back. He's got a man open. Had 2 receivers in the area. Nicely played by Gavin Hilton. Also had Jaden Williams in on the other receiver, but I think there was kind of a mistake there, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure what
having 2 receivers.
Yeah, they had 2, and then the third one over the top coming in, and I don't know if they're going to get us for a defensive hold here.
A flag on the play, as you can see it, at around the
back judge.
33-yard line, and it is in an area that would typically go against the defense. They're coming in and seeing what they're going to do. Holding against the Rebels. I think you think David would decline this?
Well, if you decline it, you bring up 4th down.
4th and 4. There he is. He's given the decline motion, and that I agree with that call. No sense in letting them have a shot at making a play.
Full force the Rebels to punt here from their own 26-yard line.
So they got 6 yards of offense up to the 26, but they will have to punt. Keep an eye on since that last the very first punt sailed over the punter's head. The snap has been really good for the Rebels. 11 minutes to play in the game in the third quarter. And it is still 2-0. The snap is right there on time, and a nice punt. Gavin could have run underneath it, but he backed off, and it will settle in almost like a really good chip shot, dying on the green. And the Rebels thought somebody may have touched it. I don't know. Bracado was over in the area, and the coach is pulling him over saying, "Get away from the football. What are you doing?"
Not sure if he was hearing the word Peter, Peter being yelled, get away from that ball or not.
So the Menard Eagles will take over at their own 40-yard line on their first possession. Let's see what kind of adjustments they were able to make at halftime. That's one person we have not seen carry the ball yet is Carter Marcantel. He's been mainly playing defense. I haven't really seen him out in the offense in the first half.
No, we didn't see him at all in the first half. So the 2 other running backs, and let's see what we get going.
They bring back Cooper Scott. He will be the lone back that will be standing just to the left of Henry in the shotgun. Matt Kirk is on the right side. He's in motion, and he sets up. They're going to give it to Scott, and boy, Scott breaks a tackle from the defenders. Number 79 was in there, almost took the handoff. That's Cameron Perry, the junior defensive lineman. Was he coming in so open?
Yeah, he came in unblocked off the right side, left side of that defensive formation, came in unblocked, but Cooper Scott, good move, and then contact, and was still able to gain 3 yards out of that.
Lost his helmet, so he'll have to go to the sidelines for a play. He was able to get away from that initial contact from the D lineman and pick up about 3 yards. Ball sitting at about the 43-yard line of the Eagles with 10-18 and counting in the third quarter. As we talked about him, Gavin Hilton and Carter Marcantel. Gavin Hilton not sure where he's supposed to set up. They moved Matt Kirk in. Now they had to take a timeout. The Eagles not sure where they were supposed to go.
We got to delay a game on that.
They didn't get the timeout. Even the sideline kind of lost track of the play clock. So we're going to lose 5 yards on this second down play because of a delay of game. Setting up second down and 12 now. Surprised they didn't see it on the sidelines. But they were trying to get Gavin to move, and then it was no Matt Kirk, and Gavin coming back to the near side. So hopefully they get it set up. Carter Marcantel talking to Henry right now, trying to make sure they're on the correct page. Now they got Gavin Hilton, still 10 seconds on the play clock. 10:05 to play, 2-0. The ball's badly snapped. Henry has it, avoids the tackles and gets the 2 yards back, and now it's 3rd and 10, and that was just lucky for the Eagles.
Yeah, Mike, a little bit of a high snap there and got away from him, and man, actually made a really good play and dodged a couple defenders there in the backfield and was able to get back to the line of scrimmage and pick up 2 yards on it and brings up a 3rd and 10.
And we've got our, let's see, come back over, get a little shot of the sideline. Not sure what happened to our ticker that we lost. the browser showing our running scores. We'll try to figure that out. It's not that important. Gavin Hilton, see if he can break one. Only going to pick up about 3, and it's going to set up 4th and 7, and we'll see Hicks come out for the punt.
I think Gavin might have a cramp going here.
Yep, I tell you what, he's got a cramp, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll go to a commercial break. Let's come back here, and we'll be back right after these messages. And we're back live with 9:03 to play in the third quarter. 2-0 Eagles. And Ryan Hicks is out for the punt, standing at about his 30-yard line. Jeffrey, go ahead and pull that out a little bit so you can get the center in the picture.
That's where we need Ryan.
Come back out. There's the ball, is low. Ryan gets the ball, punted. It hits and bounces over the return man, and they haul it down and deaden the ball at the 12-yard line. So great job by Hicks to flip the field position.
Yeah, good hit, good kick on that. A little pressure coming up the middle, and Ryan did a good job of corralling that snap and getting that ball off. It was a low kick, but, you know, receiver misplayed it, got a good bounce, and got it inside the 15-yard line.
Let's see. We'll try to figure out see if we can get some scores and an update on some scores a little bit later. Did you know? Did you have some scores?
I had earlier. It was given to me. St. Thomas More 21, Ash 7. That was a halftime score.
Well, it's 2-0 here still with 8:48 to play. The Eagles defense trying to stop Pineville, and they crowd the line for no gain on that one, and they are trying to strip the ball out, and this would be a great spot for them. But number 20 not having anything of it. That is Jaden Clark, I believe.
I tell you, Ben Good and Braylon Dusang and Asher Davis, I mean, they've been doing a good job of getting that defensive interior line to just kind of clog up a little bit, you know, clog it up and let your linebackers come make plays, and they've been doing a good job, and hopefully they can keep it up this second half.
So, you know, we must not be in charge of that. Chuck Perkins does a lot of the updating. There's the defensive line crowding the line again for no gain on actually lost a yard on that second down play. It'll be 3rd and 11. As you said, man, give the credit to Asher Davis and Dusang and Ben Good and that group, man. They have played hard. Tom Scully dialing up the plays and the defense doing great. But there's the Ash Trojans, 21-7 at the half. You see the Buckeye Panthers losing 44-12 last night. 2-0 our score here. And Tioga Indians 28, Bro Bridge 20. So a good little game going there that Chuck Perkins and Billy French are having on their 446 feed for Tioga. And that quarterback trips and falls. And his lineman stepped on his foot. And when he turned around to take off, he had nowhere to go and fell straight down to the carpet. And actually, it's more grass than carpet. And it is a loss of yards all the way back to inside the 10.
Get Pineville punting from their end zone here.
Yeah, Pineville punting, snapping it from the 8-yard line. So a loss of 4 on the drive. The Eagles, man, if Gavin can get under this one. By the way, that running back on second down was Mollett, number 30, Sebastian Mollett, the senior. And the snap is good. It's in the end zone. He gets it off, and Gavin should be able to get under that. Instead, he's going to let it bounce instead of scooping it up, and the Eagles will take over in Pineville territory just shy of the 50. They'll mark it at the Pineville 49. 2-0, the Eagles lead with 6:38 to go. We'll take a quick break and be back right after this 1-minute break.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
There's the Eagles with the first down play, and that was Aiden Moran back in the game. He did not go down on first contact and picked up 2 yards. Andrew, ask Landon. Hey, Andrew, ask Landon to lift his camera up a little bit. See how much he can pull it back and lift it up to get, widen it and lift it up just a little bit. So we are watching the Pineville Rebel camera. Landon Anderson, part of the Pineville team. We are simulcasting tonight for the Pineville Rebel fans and the Menard Eagle fans. That's a really good shot right there by Landon. There's a fake, and Cooper Scott's got it around the right side. What a great play call. And he's going to pick up probably the biggest yardage of the night for the Eagles on the ground, all the way down inside the Rebel 35 to the 33-yard line. 5:39 and counting, and the Eagles have something going right here. That was just a really nice play call, and we've got a 6-minute mark. We for water, and get ready, Andrew. We'll go to a break. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Make your burger your style with delicious, hand-pressed, never-frozen AAA Angus beef and tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger. Great taste sounds good, doesn't it?
Yep. And we're back live for first down for the Eagles. Cooper Scott in motion. They give it to him. They're trying that right side. He's got a hole, breaks one. That's about a 12-yard gain, and they have found something on the right-hand side. Drake Aldridge pinning that defense in and creating a huge hole for Cooper Scott on the right.
Yeah, just changed up a little bit of misdirection here with the quarterback turn and the handoff and going backside on the right, and 2 plays back-to-back. Good yardage, first downs on both plays. Good run by Cooper Scott also on both.
Moving back to the Menard Eagles camera, and Jeffrey Owens, you're on the spot. So you're up, buddy. Henry is in the shotgun. Oh, that's motion. That's 2 people moving at one time. And that play is going to come back as Aiden Moran gets tackled at the 10. By the way, they are inside the Red River Bank Red Zone. And we want to thank Red River Bank for their sponsorship of Menard Eagle football. The Red River Bank Red Zone, the Eagles are inside at about the 19-yard line, but we had to get it in.
Yeah, they were. We're going to go back 5.
Well, now they're outside, so when they go back in, Red River gets another plug.
They like it.
Speaking of plugs, Quibido's, that commercial, man, that food looked good even on the commercial.
How about the food tonight?
The food tonight. That's a good transition there, John. We want to give a big shout-out to David Morrow. They certainly did feed us well up here in the press box. David Morrow had a plate of food for us up here when we got up here. And then Richie Martin of Martin Meats came up, and they have pork chops over there. Andrew, you and Jeffrey got to get you a pork chop. They brought that up. That was hiding from us.
Yeah, we found that at halftime, though, didn't we?
But the sausage and the boudin, and they had chicken all up here, man. They feast up here. But our guys back home feed us with some really good hamburgers.
That's
and
what I hear. I hadn't got to do a home game yet.
Next week.
I'm looking forward to it, and we got a big one coming up next week. It's the Bishop's Bowl.
Bishop's Bowl with St. Mary's next week at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 6:45, barring any kind of rain delay, which we've had last night and tonight. Fortunately, tonight's was only 15 minutes as opposed to the hour weather delay that we had last night covering the Buckeye game. But, yeah, Bishop's Bowl against St. Mary's as the Tigers come down after beating Buckeye. They are 2-0, I think. They'll bring that record down. The Eagles hoping to finish this one off and be 1-1 when St. Mary's comes in. But they're going to have to make up the 5 yards. Boy, that was a really tricky play that I think even some of the running backs got lost in.
Yeah, I think we might have got a little ahead of ourselves there, and it just took so long for that play to develop in the backfield and asking a lot of those offensive linemen to hold blocks like that. And, it's a big Pineville defensive line they're going up against. And
It's creative and it can work if it goes, but it's so quick, it's got to move so fast, and the running backs even stopped trying to figure out who was going to get it. Aiden Moran ended up with it, and he hung on to it. There's the other play going the right side. Cooper Scott trying to break it. He broke out about a 15-yard run the last time they ran that, and Pineville played this one really tough.
Yeah, that cornerback on the defensive left side out there, I can't get the number because it's so far in those dark jerseys, but he stayed home and was waiting on it.
Yeah, Drake Aldridge was able to seal the edge the last time. Now it's 3rd and 11. Eagles got 23 seconds on the play clock. We're at 4:20 to play in the third quarter. This quarter moving briskly. 2-0 to score, and the Eagles are in Ryan Hicks territory right now, John, if they don't pick up the first down here.
Yeah, we'll see what Menard calls.
Henry in the shotgun, 3 running backs back. They're going to look to throw, and he's got to get rid of it, and he's going down. That time, I think it was, who is that, Oser? 63, kind of.
Had some protection, then the protection broke down after a while, and Mike couldn't find anybody downfield.
Yeah, and that loss of about 6 on the play.
So, here, I definitely bring Ryan in for the field goal here. If, worst case is he misses it, you put it in the end zone, and it's a touchback. Same effect as a punt. You got to remember this ball will not be spotted at the 32 or whatnot if he misses this field goal.
That's the best yardage. This is a 42-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it's short. But it, like you said, into the end zone, and it'll be a punt, and the Pineville Rebels will start their third drive at their own 20, and we'll be back right after these messages.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation.
3:17 to play. Pineville with the football. The handoff up the middle, breaking some tackles. We had a hand on him in the backfield. A couple of guys had a shot at him. Carter Marcantel and Drake Aldridge. Nope, 60 been good.
But Braylon Dusang on the tackle again, though. Braylon playing lights out tonight on that defensive line.
We got to be thinking, John, we got 2 things that we have to come up with before the end of the game, and that is the Southern Air cool play of the game, and then also the player of the game for the Eagles, but that won't be known until we won't make it known anyway until Sunday at 6:30 at Quibido's for the Coaches Speak show that we started this year on 446.
Well, I've definitely got one in mind for sure.
Okay. And you got to fill in for me on Sunday at the Coaches Speak show last week for the first one. And I have to tell you, I have the helmet. So we'll have a helmet.
And a picture.
I'm going to have to get a picture. Oh, that reminds me. We're going to have to remember to tell Jeffrey and them to get a picture of whoever we choose, right?
Yeah.
While they're down there on the field. So here it is, 3rd and 5 for the Pineville Rebels. Eagles trying to get a stop, and the quarterback pitches it, and boy, it's played perfectly. In fact, they're going to lose 5 or 6 yards, and about 14 Eagles are on top of them.
Really good defensive pursuit there. We had good backside pursuit. Defensive line played that well. Defensive backs came up. You couldn't play that offensive run any better than what that defense did right there.
Well, they sniffed that one out. The Eagles are on their game on defense tonight. That was a loss of about 5 or 6 yards, setting up 4th down and 10 with 1:36 to play and the clock counting. 2-0 Eagles. I want Gavin Hilton to scoot up and catch one.
Yeah, because these punts are coming end over end. They're not line drives, and he should have a little time to get up underneath it and make a catch on here.
Snap is good. He gets it off. There's a line drive as we talk. He was able to scoop up one before, but the defense, players were all over it for Pineville. And the Eagles, this has been about our starting position all game long.
We got to find a way to get some points out of this. At some point, this field position could flip at any point in this game. And we've been fortunate. And we had a little bit of offensive firepower that last series. Let's see if we can build on that and get something going this round.
You see your Sadler's ticker. The Tioga Indians have taken a 34-28 lead over Breaux Bridge, and they're on the road down in Breaux Bridge. I think we're the only home game.
Well, Northwood had a home game tonight, and I think they ended up moving that to the reservation due to some weather that came through this afternoon.
Taking advantage of the turf. Hey, I've been following Dennis Stewart, the principal at Peabody, and their turf. Boy, that field looks really good. There's a direct snap to Drake Aldridge. Coach said we'd hear there's a penalty. That seems like it might come in as a late hit. Not sure who it's going to be on. 63 Gage Oser. There's another one as somebody mouthed off to the official. And that's going to be a toss. That's Drake Aldridge, I believe, that's going to be tossed from the game, as that's what usually it means when they throw the hat, huh, John?
Yeah, I don't know what the first flag was, if it was a late hit. It was a late hit, and then I think we had some talking going on, and we definitely had an unsportsmanlike, and then the hat came off, and that's typically a second unsportsmanlike. So we'll see. They're talking about it. The referee and the umpire are talking about it, and see what they're going to do here.
Braylon got thrown from the game last week against St. Ed's, but he was not – you didn't have to sit out. It was considered his first personal, right? So you can't get another one.
So we got a face mask on the defense, and then we got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on the offense, and another dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on the offense.
Oh, two of them.
Well, it's on the same player, and we got an ejection.
So we're going to get 15, and then they'll take it back 30. So if you just do that, you just take it from the line of scrimmage where they are and go back 15, huh?
Yeah.
Or do you technically have to walk all of them off?
No, they'll back it up.
If you can do the math.
Yeah, we're not that dumb. Yeah, no, we'll be back 15 yards.
Unfortunately for the Eagles, though, Drake's going to be out for the next game more than likely, huh?
Depending on what that ejection's for. Typically, it's a fighting type deal. That was not a fighting ejection, so
that was a mouthing off ejection is what it seemed like.
Yeah,
but if
you can't do that. When you get the first one, you got to learn, just keep your mouth shut and go back and lick your wounds and get ready for the next play. And, it's going to see how it affects us here this next quarter, going into the fourth quarter to lose number 81, our defensive end, like that.
So they're going to walk them all off. And now he'll walk off 30 yards. But, so he got one unsportsmanlike and then got a second one. By getting the second one, does that –
you get two unsportsmanlikes in one game, you're ejected. And that's what it was. And so you got the first unsportsmanlike and then got one right back to it, and that's the ejection. You're only allowed one unsportsmanlike a game. You get the second one, you're ejected.
Well, let's hope that see what we got over here. I got same shot. Tell Landon to get some crowd shots, Andrew. Yeah. So now we're finally set, and that was a killer for the Menard Eagles. That was on
should bring
first
up
down,
second.
huh?
Well, it should bring up second down because all that happened after the play was
dead balls.
Yeah.
Yep. So really, it's going to be second down and 5, 10, 20. We got 1:02 to play in the third quarter, so this quarter was moving along fairly briskly, but kind of took a stall right here with that. And I know coaches aren't happy on the sidelines to lose Drake. That's a huge loss, especially on defense. So Henry in the shotgun, Matt Kirk in motion, two receivers to the near side. They give it to Cooper Scott. He's got the right side. He's got a hole. He's at the 45, and he'll be out of bounds at the 39-yard line. And that is a huge pickup. That might be a first down.
Yeah, he got enough.
They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 36-yard line, and that's a pickup of 23. Almost 23 or 24 yards.
Really good run, good play call. We got the edge. Cooper got out on the edge. We had good blocking downfield on the cornerback and safety, and good yardage.
That's got to pump up the offensive line and the Eagles as Gavin and Jordan Rich go out to the far side of the field. Coming near side might be Cody Lyons and Matt Kirk in the game. He'll be the tight end from here on out because Drake's not in it. The handoff to Cooper Scott. Got the middle. He's up at the 30, and he's running hard inside the 25, down to the 20. And that's a first down and just outside of the red zone. But, boy, Cooper Scott running.
Ran it hard, Tom, and I tell you, somebody you're probably not going to see on that, but Matt Kirk, number one, you don't see too often a wide receiver make a block like he did right there at the point of attack that Cooper ran off of, a really good block by Matt Kirk. Didn't pancake anybody, but he got in the way and let Cooper run by him.
We got one play left here in the first half, 22 seconds on the play clock. 12 under 10 on the play clock, on the game clock, under 15. 2-0 Eagles, and they are driving, and they're going to call timeout.
Yeah, Coach Perkins saw the play clock running, and Menard was still not lined up in formation, so he had to get that timeout and don't want to squander this field position we got.
Let's go to our Menard sponsors and play the music, and then we'll come back off of that. And welcome back, everybody. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. The Eagles lead it 2-0. They have a 1st and 10 from the Pineville 21-yard line. And, boy, that timeout took a lot of momentum. That team was fired up after Drake Aldridge got thrown out, and they came out on fire, and especially after the first play that Cooper Scott gained over about 24 yards on when it was a 2nd down and 20. And the Eagles just aren't built that way, but a great play. They give it to Cooper again, and there's a hole inside the 20, and he's fighting and hanging on to the football, and that gets it down to about the 18-yard line, and they are in the Red Riverbank red zone. We want to thank Red Riverbank, and that'll be the end of the quarter. 2-0 Eagles at the end of 3. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after these messages.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuations,
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Yep. And we are live in Pineville, Louisiana. The Eagles trying to put a touchdown on the board. They lead only by 2 here at the start of the fourth quarter. And there's a pass wide open to Kirk. He hangs on to this one, but that's going to be right at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be really no gain, maybe down to the 15. So they might have picked up a couple. Well, picked up a couple. We've got a 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, you got to remember, Tom, on a pass like that, they get forward progress. So where they catch that ball and where the contact is made, that's where they get the progress to, not where they're driven back to. So that's a good 3-yard route right there by Matt.
Yeah, I kind of lost it on the far end of the field as to where he was in judging that. But pick up some yardage. They are well within Ryan Hicks' field goal range, but they don't want the field goal. They want a touchdown, and then it'll be a 2-score game at that point. Henry in the shotgun. They hand it off, and nice job by Carter Marcantel, I think. He's down to the 10, and that should be enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, he's going to pick it up.
That was Carter with the ball, and he kind of just hid behind his line and bulled his way down to the 10-yard line. Look, he's feeling it too.
Well, I mean, is that Carter's first run tonight? Or
I think
he's
it's
had
his
a couple,
second run tonight that I know for sure, but he's glad to be in there. And I know Pineville hadn't been looking at him.
So we got first and goal.
10:49 to play in the game. Eagles lead at 2-0, and they're down to 10 seconds. They need to hurry up, or they're going to have to use another timeout, and they're going to have to. Clock management is something that's a key to the game. David is not happy. You can see him frustrated over there. We're going to keep it here. We're not going anywhere. Tioga leads 34-28 in their game, but that is vital, man. We're down to one timeout left.
Yeah, you know, in a tight game like this, you might need it, and just got to get that play in. You know, it was a first down play. You got first and goal from the 10, so you're getting a new 40-second clock, and Carter was pumped up, and not sure if there was just some confusion on what play was called or somebody running the play in or what. But
you know, John, I kind of made one little mistake here, and it's my bad to want to apologize. But we've got Polos and Plaids. Want to give a shout-out to Michelle LaCour at Polos and Plaids, located at 1305 Metro Drive, Suite 6. We're wearing, you saw Jeffrey and Andrew in their shirts, our uniforms, and all of our teams have full 4-6 uniforms with team logos and Polos and Plaids logo on the side. Here it is, 1st and 10. First and goal at the 10. Cooper Scott with it. He's got the left side. Breaking tackles. He's got another touchdown! Touchdown, Eagles. Cooper Scott broke up a couple of tackles. They were just trying to grab him with their hands, and it looks like the Eagles have worn down that Pineville defense in this drive.
I tell you, the offensive line stayed with their blocks there and enough holes that he was able to make it through. Cooper Scott, good run right there, and made some really good moves and got going north and south and hit pay dirt.
St. Thomas More Cougars 42, Ash 14 in the game and the updated. Ryan Hicks on for the extra point. This will make it 9-0, and the kick is up, and that is a beauty. And it is good. And so the Eagles have the first touchdown of the game to go with the safety they got on the Pineville's first drive, and they lead by 2 scores now. They can't even get a touchdown and 2-point conversion, and they still would trail 9-0 for the Eagles. And we'll be back right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
And we're back live as Ryan Hicks is set to kick off from his 40. And if he can put it in the end zone, it looks like it's going to make it there. No, it's going to be short. Caught at the 1-yard line, brought up in the middle of the field, and the Eagles' defense on the return game is really nice, and they will set Pineville back at their own 16-yard line here in the fourth quarter with 10:20 to play.
Great coverage on that kickoff, getting down there, hustling down that field. It looked like Pineville might have had something set up there for a split second, and Eagles just converged on it and made a good stop short of the 20.
Pineville 15. They've had the ball at their 20, at their 12, at their 20, and now at the 15. This game has been played in Pineville territory the whole game for the most part. That's offside. Ball's on the ground, and the quarterback laid on it. There probably should have been a penalty for movement, but we'll take the loss of 2 yards and second down.
That may have been why you had a bad snap. Maybe the center might have snapped it a little early and threw some of them off, so you never know.
10:02 to play in the game. 9-0 Eagles here in the fourth. under center, Pineville, and they're going to look to throw, and that's not really their game, being chased, and that's going to be, nice catch. He got behind the defender, and the ball's out to the 43-yard line, and that is the best offensive play for the Pineville Rebels so far this game.
Well, yeah, you had him out. You had a linebacker out in coverage, and quarterback scrambling. Linebacker bit on the quarterback coming in and decided to go, and we had man coverage and left him wide open.
So here's another pass, and it's caught out in the flats. Oh, nice tackle out there by Maddox Shelton. He just had a hold of that jersey and wouldn't let go. So a short gain of 3 sets up 2nd down and 7.
And Pineville's going into that hurry-up offense.
Hurry-up offense with 9:22 to play. They got to get 2 scores, and he's back to pass. They're chasing him. He's got it deep. Turning around. Push off. That is caught at the 20. That was a push-off by the offense. Could have been called, but a nice catch by Landon Roberts, the senior wide receiver, off of Cody Lyons.
It was pretty good coverage. Cody had pretty good coverage on him. Got his head around a little bit late, and just got to be a little bit more aggressive when you get your head around and go for that ball. Defender's got just as much right to that ball as the wide receiver does.
This is where using those 2 timeouts really hurt the Eagles. Boy, there's a lot of movement before the snap. There's Maddox Shelton with the nice coverage. That's a short gain, and they are inside the Red River Bank red zone. Menard's red zone are the Pineville Rebels at the 17-yard line. Come on back to live action. 8:45 to play, 9-0 Eagles, but the Pineville Rebels have something going here. They've driven the ball inside the 20, and the Eagles, they're forced to throw over their head, and it's caught over the head of 2 defenders. And Landon Roberts makes the catch in the back of the end zone. Let's see if Landon's got, there you go. Nice job, Andrew. Great job, Landon, for getting the Pineville crowd there as they're finally on the board with a quick touchdown. 8:37 to play, and this is a different ball game now, John.
Yeah, Pineville really changed up the tempo there, spreading the defense out, throwing it out on the perimeters, and so a departure from what they've been doing, trying to go right between those tackles.
We'll see what their kicking game can do. Now the Rebels are going to go back with their flag to run in front of the Menard crowd. We'll try to get that video. The kick is up,
good.
And it's good. Somebody have that shot of the Rebels back over there to see what Landon's got. Nope. But Menard, the Menard students ran with their HSM flags after they scored the touchdown, ran in front of the Pineville crowd, and the Pineville crowd was booing, so the Rebels returned the favor there. At the 8:37 mark, the Rebels put a touchdown on the board, and that was an 85-yard drive, John, and they did it rather quickly.
They did. They got Menard on their heels a little bit there, went up tempo, and throwing it out to the flats and the perimeters, and, 2 really good passing catches. I mean, give the quarterback credit. He dropped the ball in where he had to, had a good catch down here around the 20-yard line on the sideline, and then that touchdown pass. I mean, we had 2 defenders there, and he floated the ball in right behind him, and the receiver made a really good catch there in the back of the end zone.
Got a good ball game here. Not one down at St. Thomas More, 49-21. The Cougars over the Ash Trojans. Panthers lost to St. Mary's yesterday, 44-12. And we'll have to get that updated score into to Chuck so he can update the ticker. 34-28, the Indians over Bro Bridge. Those are the scores we have so far tonight. 8:37 left in this one, and they'll kick it away. Gavin going to need to go get it because it's short at the 4. Now he's got to beat some Pineville Rebels, and he's running sideline to sideline, and that is not good on the kick return. You can't let it go. You got to know where you are on the field.
Yeah, you know that ball's live, and you got to get that ball and catch it if you can, but you got to make a quick play on that and then get that yardage back upfield.
It almost looked like he thought the end zone was right behind him and kind of got lost on that and let the ball, thinking it was sail into the end zone, we'd have it at the 20. But instead, mistakes, they're adding up. And now the mistakes that we had not being able to get an offensive playoff, and it cost us 2 timeouts with only 1 timeout. certainly doesn't go in our favor right now. The only thing that is we have a 2-point lead.
We only got 10 on offense. They're running the 11th guy out now late, but we've got plenty of time.
That's Gavin Hilton coming in. 19 seconds. Matt Kirk in there. Going to try a heavy dose of Cooper Scott. And the Pineville Rebel defensive line is the morale is back up, and the mojo has shifted big time to the Rebels. So the Eagles, 7:53, they're going to try to calm it down. They may have to use another timeout here. They're just now getting the play in, and we're under 10 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, there's confusion. They ran a guy out late.
They got 5 seconds. They're going to have to get going if Henry doesn't see it. 1, they finally get it off, and Cooper Scott coming around, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. They got to get some plays in. They got to get things going here. 3rd down and 8. The Rebels are fired up.
Yeah, they definitely got the momentum after that touchdown and coming up with a couple big stops right here. And 3rd and 8, let's see if Menard can convert and try to at least get this field position flipped.
Yeah, got to run some clock too, but can't do that. We may be under 7 minutes. Oh, lucky that Cooper Scott was behind, but we're losing big time yardage as the snap went through Michael Henry's hands. And Cooper Scott is injured on the play, and that's not good. He's holding his shoulder at the 10-yard line, and with a loss of 5 yards all the way back to the 10, and Ryan Hicks will be punting from there. And that's his elbow or shoulder when he went down hard with the Rebels, and he's been the bright spot in our running game.
I tell you, he's turned out to be the workhorse tonight for that backfield, and it's going to be a big loss lose him tonight. It's definitely, it looks like it's his left arm or shoulder. I can't tell. And I couldn't see how he fell. I don't know if he fell awkward on it or if somebody landed on it.
They fell directly on it, but the defensive lineman was on top of him, kind of driving him into the field. So we're going to take a quick break. Let's go run some commercials, and we'll be back right after these messages.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses?
And we're back live. Look at Ryan Hicks. He's in the end zone. There you go, Jeffrey. Back it up. Pull back. There's the snap. It's low. He gets it. Barely gets it off. It's going to bounce at the 40 and go backwards and end up at about the 41-yard line of Menard. And so this will be some of the best starting field position that Pineville has had all night long. They start in Menard territory.
Yeah, we knew, Menard was fortunate for 3 quarters and possibility of that flipping, and it's changed here. And we're going to see what Pineville brings with their tempo and their strategy and what the effect of losing Drake Aldridge, your defensive end, is here.
Eagles better be ready with this tempo change. They're kind of walking out onto the field. Now they're getting set. I mean, they're going to be tested here running quick and trying to tire them out. The defense, there's a big hole nicely. Oh, football, Cooper Scott. He's got it. He's going to go down to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Cooper Scott, who just came back from being on the
flags.
No flags. He ripped it out of the hands of the running back and turned it around, broke 1 tackle, and that was about a 60-yard return for a touchdown. What a huge change in the game. And that was him who just went off.
That was. He missed 1 play, required to miss 1 play, missed the punt, came back on for the first and 10 play and made a strip and the score and Man, you know, when you lose momentum, it takes something like this to get it back. And you talk about zap the momentum. I know we don't have the mic going outside, but this crowd on the home side was going nuts earlier, and you could hear a pin drop right now.
Let's take a look. Landon, get some shots of the crowd. You can see the cheerleaders aren't moving on the Pineville side.
Well, we got to get a ball out for our field goal unit.
So trying to get a feel for the crowd. You know, you're right. They were all on their feet cheering. Some are still standing, but they're just in shock on this one. Back that shot out, Jeffrey, to get the kicker in it and pull it out. There you go. There you go. Get the goalpost there. Hicks on. The kick is up, and it looks good from here. And there are the arms of the officials. So the Eagles put another touchdown on the board here in the fourth quarter. They got 2 in the fourth. That's going to make it 16-7. Another 2-score lead, and that's going to make it tough on the Eagles. But I'm just shocked. I got to say right now, there is one play that is
no doubt about Southern Air play. Huh?
For the cool play of the game by Southern Air. I think we have a leading candidate, John.
No doubt.
6:16 to play. Let's take one quick break. Let's look at the Menard sponsor board and play the music behind it. And we're back live here in Pineville, Louisiana, as the Eagles have just shocked the Rebels as Cooper Scott has ripped the ball out of the running back's hands and ran it back, 60 yards for the touchdown to take a 16-7 lead. Ryan Hicks puts it into the end zone. That momentum you could see in his leg on that kick.
Absolutely. You remember how Pineville was attacking Aiden Moran earlier.
Yep.
And you saw what Cooper did. They went after the ball. The ball was exposed, stripped it right out, and took it for a touchdown.
What a game. What a score. I got to give Chuck the update on that one so we can get that on the ticker rolling. 16-7 Eagles in the fourth. 1st and 10 from the 20. And here's a pass over to the sideline. That's going to be out of bounds as he was hit and knocked out of bounds. Maddox Shelton on the coverage, number 4. Nicely played. They're still getting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, rolling the quarterback out on the edge, just like they did earlier when they had that touchdown drive, and defensive backs playing a little bit tighter there, playing pretty much a zone defense at this point.
Still under center. There's the quick pass, incomplete, as Cody Lyons was there. But boy, they're playing off.
Well, look, you got a 2-score lead. You got 6 minutes. Pineville's not known as a throwing team. They like to run the ball. They like to eat the clock. They can't really afford to do that in this situation. So you kind of make them do something that they're not really used to doing.
Well, and we saw how the defensive backs got beat on that one touchdown drive where they went 85 yards. There's the short pass. Oh, great play. That's going to be at the 29-yard line. I don't think that's a first down.
Yeah, he's about 3-4 yards short.
They got to get out to the 30.
And we've got a water break, 6-minute water break. We're going to have a 4th and 3 coming up.
6-minute water break. We'll be back right after these messages.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
The crowd, Landon getting some shots of the crowd right there. Just heard a lot of boos going on. Andrew's on camera now as Jeffrey went down to get the post game. Andrew, don't zoom in. You got to come out, man. You're too close. And you got to lift the camera up. And the rollout is by Jalen Whitty. The throw is deep, and it is incomplete on a 4th and 3.
It's going to turn it over.
And the Eagles will get the ball back deep in Pineville territory, and they could put the nail in the coffin with a score here, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. 5:57, a touchdown would definitely, end this game. Andrew, look, you got to lift that shot up. You got too much field on the bottom. There you go, and lift it up. There you go. So the Eagles, they got it out to the 27-yard line. So Pineville had 7 yards on that play, and the Eagles are at the Pineville 27. You might be able to come in just a little bit, but stay high with it.
Menard, I think we'll get a good dose of, is that Cooper Scott in the backfield?
Yeah, and
that's
Aiden Moran, and that was a mistake. I'm not sure. Michael Henry turned the wrong way on the handoff, and Aiden was on the other side. And that little delay, you can just see, that little delay gave the defense a chance to get back there, and we lose 3 yards back to the 30. Got to keep the clock running, though. They got to get the play in. It's okay to run it down, but you got to have a play you're going to do. I mean, we lost 2 timeouts because we didn't have it together in terms of a play. Now we're down under 10 seconds. 5:19 or under 5:10 to play in the game. 16-7 your score. A 9-point lead by the Eagles.
He's got to hold the
Aiden
ball.
Moran's got it, and this time he's clutching it with both hands.
2 hands. He hit that hole. 2 hands.
And he picked up about 4 or 5 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 9. 16-7 the score.
Cooper
here in the
Scott
fourth
coming
quarter.
Back in to sub for Aiden Moran.
4:40 and counting. Under 15 seconds on the play clock. A first down would be killer here. We could run another 2 minutes off the clock, but we need 9. This is 4-down territory, I believe. Gavin Hilton's going to take it. They're going to use, what a great block by Cooper. But, boy, the defense played that well. Barely any yardage. And Gavin Hilton slow to get up.
And Pineville's going to burn their first time out here.
Pineville taking the time out. We'll keep it here, John. See what shot Landon has. There's some of the students and the crowd, and, they're just wondering what happened, man. But it's the turnovers. 4 turnovers. Only 1 turnover in this half, though, and it was that stripped fumble.
Yeah, the coaches probably talked about it at halftime, and Pineville, boy, with all the momentum that they had rolling out and running back trying to get some extra yardage on that, and, man, come up, strip it, and good things happen when you strip a football.
And, boy, I thought Cooper was out for the game, the way they tended to him and the way he was walking off, really holding that shoulder. But somebody gave him a really quick massage,
right,
and he was back out and ripping the ball out.
We're going to see Ryan Hicks lining up for the 41-yard field goal attempt here from the left hash.
Pull it back and get Hicks in the shot. Andrew, come back. You got a little bit further back so you can turn and follow the kick if it gets by him. Kick is up. It has enough length. Oh, hit the top of the goalpost on the upright, very top right side, and bounced back about 15 yards. But he had the length. Just hooked it a little bit.
Yeah, it was a 41-yarder. Probably would have been good from 51, and just hooked it right just a little bit.
They got it down to the 20-yard line. So we picked up 7 on that drive, but missed field goal. That's 2 missed field goals. This one had a real chance. Whitty under center. Little movement, not called. The pass to the outside and tackled inbounds. That is key because the clock will run. They got to hurry up. They got 2 timeouts left. But Landon Roberts makes the catch and can't get out of bounds.
And number 4 out there on the edge, that's Maddox Shelton. You know, when you're out there by yourself on an island, even playing zone coverage like they're doing, playing off, you got to make fundamental.
Braylon Dusang took control of that handoff, taking Monette down for a loss of a yard or so, but Dusang blew up the block and almost took the handoff with Monette, and they're down at the 24-yard line. This drive started at the 20. That was like a punt. There it is, blowing it up again. That's Cooper Scott blitzing in and sacking Whitty down at the 20. So whatever yardage they gained on first down is now lost all the way back. It's 4th and 10, and we got a timeout, second timeout by Coach Bell. With 3:09 to play in the game, the Eagles lead by 9, and that was a huge sack. We got a big play coming. This could be the end of the game right here, really. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after these messages. We're back live now for a big 4th down play. Jalen Whitty will be under center, and they got 2 receivers out. 4th and 10 from the Pineville 20-yard line. The Eagles trail, the Rebels trail the Eagles by 9. They need 2 scores, and that's an offsides movement by the Rebels. That'll back them up 5 and get 4th and 15, and Coach Bell just used his second timeout. He don't have to take one here, or he doesn't have to take one here, I should say, to have proper grammar.
Yeah, well, you were 4th and 10. You're going to be 4th and 15. Obviously, you know what you're doing. If you're Menard's defensive backs, you just get back. You do not let them behind you, whatever you do. Keep the ball in front of you, and 3:08. And see if you can come up with a stop.
Loss of 5 so far on this drive, and 4th down and 15. And they're going to get through the line. He's going to pass it deep, and it is going to be tipped off. That ball was overthrown. And who was that? Cody Lyons out there with the tip? Almost picked it off.
Can't tell. I think it was.
So they had it at the 15-yard line, and that's minus 5 yards. And the Eagles will get it at the Pineville 15. And you can bet they want to score. 3:02 to play in the game, 16-7. The Eagles lead the Pineville Rebels. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. What a finish we've had. Andrew, pick the camera up. You got too much ground on the bottom of your shot. Pan up. Yeah. Pull it up. There you go. That's about it. Pull it back a little bit. A little too close. See that wide receiver over on the far side of the field. Here's Cooper Scott breaking tackles. Boy, hopped over that one, picking up about 3 yards on the play. And that's a better shot right there. 2:50 and counting. Coach Bell only has 1 timeout to stop the clock. The Eagles, they pick up 1 first down inside the 5, and it's pretty much over.
And again, I go back to Ryan Hicks after the touchdown. I mean, he's, like you said, such a weapon. Starts Pineville out deep in their territory at the 20 after the touchback. We've kept it down there on these 4th down plays, and Menard's got that field position again here late in the 4th quarter.
And if anybody questions why David's going for a field goal with a 40-yard kick or whatever, if it goes in the end zone, it's a punt. Henry loses the football, jumps on it back at the 10-yard line. The clock will run. That's the only positive thing about that play. But Coach Bell calls his final timeout. We're going to keep it here. We're going to kind of explain what we got going on. They're going to shake hands after the game is over. We'll take a quick break, come back out. Jeffrey should have Coach David Perkins for a post-game interview. And it might be the first win in David's career. It certainly is looking like that as a head coach.
He's got to be excited to beat a crosstown rival in Pineville Rebels. I mean, for years, Pineville's always been a bigger school. It's a 5A school, still a 5A school. And I don't care what Pineville's record's been the past 2 years. when you go play a 5A school, they're going to have athletes on the field. And we're seeing it tonight. Menard played really good football. The mistakes they did make, they've been able to recover and capitalize on the mistakes they were given by Pineville.
There you go, Andrew. You're seeing it now. You got, when you have that shot, it may look good to yours, but you got to look back and see what it looks like on our screen. And always, side on this on the part where if there's too much green at the bottom, pick it up a little bit. So Carter Marcantel and Cooper Scott in the backfield in the power I formation behind Henry. Henry needs to hang on to the ball and then get some blocks. And they're going to give it to Carter inside. He cannot break away, and he'll lose a yard out to the 10-yard line as the Eagles started this drive inside the Rebels Red River red zone. And we'll have Ryan Hicks come out to try a field goal from about the near hash mark. And that should be set up around the 19, maybe 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's about the 11, so it should be about the 18.
Let's see where he puts. They're taking their time. I guess David's going to let the clock run down and call timeout.
Yeah, he'll take it all the way down 1 second here and use a timeout. He's got 3 to burn, so might as well go ahead and get every second.
No, he's only got 1 to burn. We took those two.
That's right.
Those 2 early timeouts when we couldn't get a play in. 1:27 on the clock as we get it down to 1 second, and David will take his final timeout. Both teams without any timeouts, but the Eagles lead 16-7 with 1:27 to play in the game. And Ryan Hicks is setting up at the, 17, 18-yard line. So it'll be a 28-yard field goal attempt coming up when we get back to play. But we're going to set up how we're going to do this. We're going to try to get 2 post-game interviews if we can. Robert Anderson is down on the field, hopefully going to talk to Coach Bell. And we're going to have to make a phone call to either one to see who we get first. So we may try to go to Robert first and then let David kind of visit a little bit, and then we can come back and talk to David.
So, Ryan, last field goal was from that left hash mark. This one's almost from the far right hash mark. You got to remember in high school, these hash marks are wide. They're much wider than college and in the pros that you see on TV on Saturday and Sundays.
So Ryan Hicks set to kick 28-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it looks good from here, and it is. What a kick.
And it looks like you're going to have a roughing. You're going to have a roughing foul. So they're going to get the 3 points here.
At the, what was it, down at the 13? They only gained 2 yards on that, but they got the field goal.
With the roughing, he could take the points off the board here if he wanted to and gets the automatic first down for roughing the kicker and maintain possession and run this clock out.
Yeah, but you could have a 19-7 score and just kick it into the end zone and play some defense.
Either way. You got options. You got options and you got the lead.
You got the lead, and Ryan got the ball, but they may think better of it and take the penalty, and like you said, just run the clock out, take a knee. So I'm texting Robert Anderson. We're going to try to do a post-game interview with Coach Bell first.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a smart play. You bring your offense back out here, and you go into victory formation. Pineville doesn't have any more timeouts, and it seals a victory, and you don't have to risk really any of your players getting hurt, getting the defense out there and running a kickoff team and risking injury on somebody when you can just line it up and let Mike Henry take a knee on it and 2 quick times and Menard will get out of here with the first victory of the year over a 5A program this year too.
So we're gonna get Robert on the phone and have him get to Coach Bell. So we'll keep it here instead of taking a break. And once we have the interviews, we'll take a break and come back and then wrap it up, John, with our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game.
Yeah, so they'll take the knee right here, and then they'll have to get one more snap in. Let this game clock get under 40 seconds, take that final snap, and that'll be all she wrote. Get the first win of the year.
102, 107, 59 seconds. Under 1 minute to play in the game, 16-7. 16-7 the score. .47 seconds and counting. We'll get and there it is. Zoom over and get David on the sideline for this first victory. And there's the flag. There's David jumping up and down. The Eagles will get the first victory for head coach David Perkins in his head coaching career, his first year as a head coach. 12 seconds and counting. We're going to try to get Robert Anderson on the phone so we can do a post-game interview with Coach Bell right after they shake hands. Robert's on the phone.
Hey, let me see if I can get him.
Yeah, just try to find him. I know they're shaking hands and everything, but grab him real quick, and then we'll go to Jeffrey afterwards. But David Perkins walking down, congratulating everybody with his first victory, 16-7. I got to take that field goal off. 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter for the Eagles, and the Eagles will pick up win number 1, and they'll go into the game next week against St. Mary's with a victory. Robert Anderson's got Coach Bell. Let's go to Robert with the post-game interview. Find him over on the 25, Landon, or 35-yard line. Robert, take it away.
Coach, I got tough loss at 16-7 Menard. What you thought?
Lift the camera up.
We just weren't efficient enough. Lost too many possessions on offense, and you know when something stinks, that's on me. So I take full responsibility for that. Obviously, defense played a heck of a game, but we have a big rivalry game next week, and we'll put a week of work in and let the chips go over there and fight our tails off in a week from now. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you. Now we're going to go over to Jeffrey Owens. Jeffrey, let's see if we can get him pulled up. Jeffrey, you there?
I'm here.
Hey, real quick, I'm going to let you ask Coach a question, but I just got to say, David, as a former partner of mine in the booth and now the head coach, congratulations on the first victory of your head coaching career, buddy.
No, I appreciate that, man. This is a total team win right here. All these players and these coaches and all of our staff and all of our fans and all of our parents, man, this all goes to them. And I'm so proud of these kids. We were 0-1. Looking to be, could have been 0-2, man, but we came out and fought. Man, our defense played a hell of a game. Offense picked it up in the second half, man. What a win, man. Go Eagles.
Go Eagles. Yeah, what a win. I'm going to let Jeffrey ask you a question, but tell Coach Scully congratulations and the whole staff, because that defense did play their tails off. But, Jeffrey, let him ask you one question, Coach.
So the defense was paramount in this game, I would say, hands down. And but how would you what did Pineville do to stump y'all offensively?
Well, we're a defensive team, and we want to run the ball and just pass it when we can. Pineville did a great job, knew we were going to run the ball. They put a lot of people in the box. Offensive line did well enough to move the ball a little bit. We still made some mistakes on offense. We turned the ball over. I think if we don't turn the ball over in that first half, we may have a bigger score than that. But, I'm so proud of these guys. They played a great game. It was a great game plan, and, man, they put it together, and the defense was lights out.
Hey, thanks for everything, David. Go Eagles. Go celebrate, buddy.
Go Eagles, baby.
Good job, Coach.
All right, we're going to take a break. Good job, Jeffrey, and we'll be back right after these messages.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
Here we go. We are live in the press box. You know, we got to get down a little bit right there so we can all be seen. There you go.
Wide angle?
Yeah, we need a wide angle for me for sure,
Me
man.
too.
All right, so we've got Robert Anderson right here, John Wolf, and I'm Tom Boucher. We've been calling the game for both teams. I know we got excited, but we are the voice of the Eagles. But I think we played it right. We want to thank all the Pineville fans for allowing us to be here to fill in for your team of Mayor Rich Dupree and Nathan Martin. But a great victory tonight. I thought Pineville played a really solid game. Turnovers happened for both teams. It just so happened that one turnover was very costly because the Eagles scored off of it.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper Scott on the strip and score from the 40 right here when Pineville had, at the time, all the momentum in the game, right? I mean, they come back with drive 85 yards, get that score, and get within 2 points of you, and you know, what a key play. And he was hurt 2 plays earlier.
Yeah, he was hurt 2 plays earlier. That was amazing. We didn't think he was going to come back into the game. But as you talked about it, Cooper Scott, we ended that last commercial break with Southern Air. Southern Air now, our cool play Southern Air player of the game for Menard is
Braylon Dusang.
No, it's Cooper. I mean, not player of the game, the play of the game.
It's Cooper Scott.
Cooper Scott.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So the Southern Air play of the game is Cooper Scott with that steal of the football and running it 60 yards for the touchdown. Now, we will name a Quibido's player of the game, but that will be named on Sunday. There might have been a hint, but we'll let you know on Sunday at 6:30 during the coaches speak. That's my fault. I said it wrong. Let's go to Robert Anderson now. See if we can get a picture. For some reason, we lost Landon's picture. But, Robert, the Southern Air cool play of the game for the Pineville Rebels tonight
was Whitty to Landon Roberts, the touchdown down here in the corner.
Yeah, well, that was just a tremendous drive.
Tremendous drive. It was Landon Grimes on the first reception, then Whitty to Roberts the next 2, and the second one was a score.
Yeah, so, I mean, that was an 85-yard drive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 80 or 85 yards.
85.
Yeah.
85 yards that they took it down and scored.
And it was quick.
It was quick.
It was.
Great catch down
like
here in the back.
4 plays, 5 plays. I mean,
down in the corner of the end zone, great catch.
Over two defenders.
Great.
I agree with you on that. Now, you and Landon will have to get together and let Rich and Nathan know who your player of the game is for Quibido's. Don't say it, because they'll announce it at the Quibido's coaches speak.
And John nailed it. He goes, that strip by Cooper was the momentum, because everything was swinging toward Pineville.
Yeah.
And that just, it was like a light switch. That quick, and he took it and went. I didn't even think he was back in the ballgame.
That's why you could call it the Southern Air cool play of the game, because it cooled the Rebels off.
It did.
And it cooled the fans off. And settled down that mojo and let it switch over.
What a heck of an athlete.
It was. Look, I just got to point out, I mean, the stats, not a whole lot of offense other than that 85-yard drive and then the strip, which was a defensive play. 2-0 all the way after 3 quarters of play. It was still 2-0.
That was through 7 innings, right?
Yeah,
right.
Through 7 innings or 8 innings. And then in the 9th inning, there were 14 points by Menard. 7 of them came by way of the strip. 60-yard run back, and then the Rebels had a touchdown in the 4th quarter. So 21 points scored in the fourth quarter. We're glad you stayed the whole game, but it was really the 4th quarter that was the most exciting of it all. So, look, we got a lot to thank all of our sponsors, Polos and Plaids, for our uniforms. As you saw, come back to that shot. You can see, look at the Pineville uniforms with the gray shirts, the Pineville, and the 446, and, of course, the Polos and Plaids logo right here on the side. You got our Eagles shirts. Landon's got a shirt. So does Jeffrey Owens and Andrew Beeman, our interns that are here. Want to thank them for everything. Anderson Martin just hanging out, having fun in the air conditioning.
I'm telling you.
Back there. For John Wolf and Robert Anderson, I'm Tom Boucher. It's been a pleasure. Give us your final thoughts on the game, Robert.
It was a tough ball game. Here we are 2-0, going into the 4th quarter, and we battled back, and it was just that big momentum swing with Cooper, and, here we are. And, get ready for Tioga next week.
And we got St. Mary's
St.
coming
Mary's.
in, and your
Battle
thoughts?
Battle of the Kickers coming up. Great game. I thought our offensive line and defensive line all game played lights out. They got key blocks. The offense struggled. We had the turnovers, but man, that defensive line came up huge all game long.
Yeah, they talk about the front seven,
rock.
You know, the line, and then the linebackers coming in and filling in as well. I thought that was really the strong point of the team was the Menard defense holding strong, and of course the Pineville defense played well as well. So that does it. The final score, 16-7. The Menard Eagles victorious over the Pineville Rebels in a cross-river rivalry here in Pineville, Louisiana. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, for Valex, for Sadler's Towing, for Wallace Eye Center, and for all of our sponsors that you saw rotating in the top right-hand corner of our screen. That's been it. Have a blessed weekend. Go Tigers. Let's get on the winning track tomorrow against Grambling. History made in Tiger Stadium as the Grambling Tigers play for the first time ever in Tiger Stadium.
Keep the money in state.
You got that right.
That's right. So have a blessed weekend. Thanks for joining us, everybody. That's it. That's a wrap.